Okay, so I haven't talked about Battlefield 2042 post-beta just quite yet, and I did manage to play some of the beta. However, I was not able to record any footage of it because my computer just couldn't handle playing the game and recording it at the same time. So whatever you're seeing right here, this is all video from my friend Temasikra, who you've probably seen in a bunch of my older videos. So shout outs to him for letting me borrow some of this footage here. Now, there's been a lot of discourse around Battlefield 2042 ever since the beta dropped, and I, like a lot of other people who have played the beta, have some concerns. Now, a lot of these concerns have already been addressed by DICE, so right now I'm just gonna go through what I still feel is going to be problematic for this game moving forward. As you know, despite how excited I am for this game, I still have concerns. Now, the first thing is going to be the big one. You've heard a lot about this already, I'm pretty sure. Specialists. Now, the thing is that specialists, they don't really feel like Battlefield to me. You know, like, you've always had classes going all the way back to Battlefield 1942, which is where I started playing Battlefield, and it just doesn't feel the same. Not like, I get you kind of want to go ahead and evolve the game at some point, you know, try something different out, but this just doesn't feel like this is the play, man. And the reasons why are going to be as follows for me. One, it discourages team play. So if you play however you want with these specialists that have these special abilities, you know, unique tech and gadgets and things like that, it just doesn't feel like there's going to be a lot of team play out there. Like, if I have, you know, a squad of people, but they're all running RPGs and they're running McKay, so they all have a grappling hook, and I'm the only one sitting there with an ammo box. Like, well, I can't even have these guys stick around long enough to resupply them, like, and they're just going out there and getting kills and stuff like that. It just feels like the specialist system will not encourage any kind of team play at all. The next thing is that it makes identifying friend and foes very difficult. That's IFF, right? A lot of the time when I was like playing the beta, I would be running around and I round a corner and I see somebody and unload a clip on them, but it turns out they were on my team, because I keep seeing the same like character models across both teams. Now the flip side is, like, I had an instance where I actually saw someone and I thought they were a friendly, but then they killed me, and it basically what happened is that I had a friendly behind them, so I saw their name floating over the enemy, and I thought they were my friend, and as it turns out, they weren't, and they got the kill on me. So there's going to be a lot of these times where I'm just either mistaking a friend for a foe, or I'm mistaking a foe for a friend, and I'm just not going to have a good time if this kind of thing keeps going, because at least with like Battlefield 3, 4, you know, any other Battlefield game, you had two opposing armies and you were able to identify them, if not by like the little red highlight when you aim over them, you were able to kind of get an idea of, like, you know, oh, this is an enemy because their uniform's different from mine, you know? The next thing is that I feel like these specialists almost exist specifically for cosmetic microtransactions, and I feel like this is a trend that we're going to be seeing in the first-person shooter scene for a while, and we've already seen it before with Call of Duty. And at least with Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019, these characters you could play as were just solely cosmetic, because Call of Duty, you were able to create your own loadouts from the get-go, right? And they had these characters unique for one side or the other, so there was very little trouble in identifying a friend or a foe, right? Whereas like Battlefield, it actually kind of messes with the core concept of team play with the classes, and if we don't have the classes, it doesn't encourage team play, which I already talked about before, and it's just a whole goddamn mess. Now, this could be guised as a way to be accessible for new players to the Battlefield franchise with this whole play how you want model, but I feel like it just takes away from the magic of Battlefield if we do that, you know, for the aforementioned reasons, and it's just not Battlefield. At least not to me. Now, I feel like this whole change in gameplay with the specialists and all that is going to be kind of hurtful for not really discovering other games, but pushing other people to other types of hardcore tactical shooters. Not saying Battlefield is a hardcore tactical shooter, because it's really not, but Battlefield did help me push into the more tactical FPS genres with, games like Squad, because Squad is very similar to Battlefield in concept. So you just have game modes where you have two opposing armies, you're both trying to take over capture points and running down the enemy's ticket until you win or you lose by losing your own tickets, right? However, Squad is more, it has a chain of command you have to follow. There's the commander, the squad leaders, and then the squad, where everybody has their own roles to play. When you join a squad, you could either be just like a regular rifleman, you could be anti-tank, you could be medic, things like that. And you're playing your role throughout the whole match. And then this kind of gateway to these other shooters pushed me to find like 0 Hour, which is similar to Rainbow Six Siege. I tried out Arma, even though it's something I'm still trying to like lean into. I still pulled the trigger and bought it, Arma 3, so I'm messing around with that every so often. I feel like even if the core concept of the game doesn't push people to try out other stuff, at least there's a chance it does push, people like me that are interested in that kind of thing to try other games. Like, because I don't think if I had Battlefield, I wouldn't be trying out these other tactical FPS games, Now, the final thing I kind of want to touch on is we're probably going to see a lot of bugs on release, and we're more than likely going to see a day one patch. With that being said, I feel like Battlefield 2042 is going to be on the same trajectory as Battlefield 4 when it first released. If you don't remember, Battlefield 4 didn't have the best launch. It was a buggy mess, and then only after many patches was it a pretty good game. And now in its current state, Battlefield 4 is still something that I play to this day. Now, a lot of this comes from playing the beta, and DICE has even addressed that the beta that we were playing was an older build, I think like 2 months old or something like that. However, having a beta a mere month before release is pretty concerning, coupled with the fact that no news of the beta arose until about a week before the beta launched, and that in itself is somewhat questionable. All in all, I honestly hope that 2042 is a good game. Even, we're gonna have a rough launch. Server congestion is pretty much a given. That's like any new game launch. I just feel like right now we're not gonna get the Battlefield that Battlefield fans want, and which is a bummer for people like me, but I'm still going to pull the trigger. I'm still going to be getting it. I'm still going to be playing it. If I can, I'll probably try to stream it, but that all kind of depends on how my rig decides to handle itself in the future. We'll see. But yeah, that's all I really had to kind of vent about. A lot of it was just about specialists, and I kind of hope we get classes back at some point. Something I did forget to mention, we're probably going to see a lot of the core Battlefield fans playing Portal, if Portal allows us to just kind of play with the core classes. And from what I understand, you're still able to level up through Portal games, so we'll see how that goes. Specialists, I feel like they would work well in Hazard Zone, and I feel like they should stay in Hazard Zone, if anything. Just because as, specialists, you can have all these different skill sets in a condensed, more focused game mode. And if they don't want to do that, have like at least 2 different playlists for All Out War where you could do specialists, and then have another playlist where it's just nothing but, classic classes in a sense. But, that's just kind of a wish list item for me. I doubt we're going to be seeing anything like that anytime soon. Maybe if they decide to listen to us, they'll do something similar to that in the future, but I don't know. We'll just have to see. Yeah, that's about everything I had to say about Battlefield 2042. Hopefully, things turn out to be better than we think they are once it drops. If you like the video, hit those like and subscribe buttons. It really helps me out, and if you want those alerts for when I post a new video, that bell is there for you as well. All my socials can be found in the description down below, so feel free to check those out too. Stay hydrated. I hope you have a good one, and I'll catch you next time.
Are we clear for liftoff, boys?
All clear.
You might be burning a little bit, brother.
Will the blades kill me? No, they
It
don't.
didn't when I went up there.
Oh, fuck! As soon as I got it, it
Dude,
blew
your
up.
body just let me save that.